if you want a good drinking film, I think this is one of those movies to where you would definitely throw into that catalog to where you just want to have yourself a good Friday night with a nice can of beer, have a good time, relax, and just have a good laugh. This is probably going to be one of those films. But laughing at it for all the wrong reasons.
I don't even need to go on and talk about this movie at all, but because the thing is, if there's one thing in life is that when you watch a movie and you end up seeing a particular scene where just that one shot alone stays with you for the rest of your life, this is probably going to be one of those shots where it's going to stay with me for a long, long time because this fucking shot literally sums up this whole fucking movie in a handbasket. I even had the nerve to use this fucking photo as my thumbnail, for Christ's sakes. That sums up the movie right there. Pinocchio is looking at shit. He's literally making a fucking moop face, and he's looking at horse poo poo. Pinocchio is looking at shit! He is discovering for the first time what fucking manure is! For the first time, this little wooden blockhead is seeing what poop looks like. Unfortunately, his little derriere won't be able to do it anyway because he probably can't even tell the difference between the horse poop and apple butter. Even if he tries to sit down on a toilet, his ass will be knocked over tea kettle, for crying out loud. Oh, poor Pinocchio. You know, I realized in this movie is that, sure, in the 1941 that we all know and love, that is a beautiful gem. It's a classic. We all know the serious tone that it has, along with the fun and loving nature that beloved Pinocchio we have, the loving Giuseppe, not Giuseppe, Geppetto, Figaro, the cute kitty cat, and the little fishy. You know, it was established last night when I watched this film that me and the fellas talked about it. How can a fishbowl be? How can a fish fucking survive in a whale where he's still in water? It was something like that. It was some sort of question that just breaks the laws of logic. But where do I go with this fucking film? If there's one thing, okay, I know a lot of people, before I even came around to watch this, a lot of people were saying, oh, this movie is fucking bad. It's ridiculous. It's offensive. It's a stab in the heart to the original animation that was brought on to us many years ago underneath the blue moon. People were fucking pissed. They were angry. They were mad. When they were sitting down taking a shit, they ended up fucking shitting out a goddamn log that made an insult to both Bono of U2 and Randy Marsh. So that's how angry the shit was. It was a goddamn massive thing. So people end up taking angry shits. They end up getting mad. They end up spiking their root beer with some sort of alcoholic beverage. So a lot of people got fucking mad with Robert Zemeckis' version with Pinocchio. And honestly, at first, I was looking forward to seeing this movie because I love Robert Zemeckis. He has made some of the best movies of all time that we all know and love from back in the 80s and 90s. But he came around, and here he is, thinking that he would bring us world of imagination, something that would be a wonderful experience watching. turned out to be a pile of shit that Pinocchio ended up discovering. Something to where the fucking Stromboli, Beefaroni, Chef Boyardee looking motherfucker, goddamn Captain Lou Albano, Iron Sheik! I pity the Hulk Hogan! I pity the Macho Man Randy Savage! I don't know where the fuck I was going with that. But thing is, yeah, Stromboli didn't have the fucking rubber bands pierced to his face at all. Then he had the goddamn guy who was taking the boys to pleasure, actually no, boys and girls to Pleasure Island, and he started breaking out into a goddamn song. You had a cast for this film. You had Tom Hanks, you had Keegan Michael Key, you had Jorson Gordon-Levitt, you had Luke Evans. You had a lot of fucking people in this movie that were used in the most embarrassing way to where it makes the Oogie Loves look like a goddamn masterpiece, and that film is. But Jesus Christ, for all the people that got mad, watch this film. I mean, Alan Silvestri even did the composed music for this movie. I mean, if there's any positives that I can necessarily give, is that the CGI for Pinocchio looked actually really nice, and there was a few little small spots to where it kind of looked beautiful. And call me a biased fuck, I don't care. Figaro the kitty cat, despite him being CGI, he was so adorable, and he was the highlight of the whole movie. However, let's get to, well, I can't necessarily say I'm going into negatives. I mean, I'll try my best to be as objective as I can, but I need to get this out of my system before I even bother just talking about the wrongs with this film. This film was entertaining to no end. This film was literally the greatest bad live action I've witnessed in the whole adaptations of the live action Disney catalog that we've been given so far. It was so silly and ridiculous that on the entertainment scale, it literally blew the roof off to where I was literally laughing at the film, not with it. I was laughing at it because of the amount of silliness, the amount of goofiness. There was so much shit in this movie to where I don't even remember it even being possible or happening in the fucking original Pinocchio from 1940. Him being a goddamn jet ski, him being a fucking turbo turd, goddamn motorboat. I don't remember that in the film. I don't remember Monstro the Whale having goddamn tentacles coming out of his fucking crotch. No, I mean, the little wooden puppet that Pinocchio had a little romantic fascination with. That was, I mean, it was cute and all, but I don't remember that in the film. I don't remember fucking Easter eggs of the wooden clocks for dumb cocks being showcased at all. There was a lot of Easter eggs. Tom Hanks, I love Tom Hanks, but we all know that this was just another paycheck for his bank account, and this was just another cash grab for Disney to do harmlessly. And the story itself, it was practically fucked. It was literally fucked. The ending itself was legitimately a fuck you. Defeated the whole purpose of what made Pinocchio a special film in the first place. It only showed maybe, I don't know how many minutes. But the ending was a literal fuck you. There was obvious CGI where literally you could see a green screen just like that. The voice acting was fucking ridiculous, especially for Jiminy Cricket and a goddamn seagull talking. Oy vey. It was bad. Pinocchio himself, whoever was voicing Pinocchio, sounded like something that you would hear from those stereotypical cartoons for babies. Oh Jesus! So much silliness happened in this film to where I don't know. I really just don't know what to fucking think. If I had to say the funniest fucking thing that happened in this whole film, it was around not only around Pleasure Island, but just a lot of things that just came off of the blue. just out of nowhere for fucking comedic effects that people are probably gonna be discussed or just laughing at. I was one of the people who ended up laughing at it. Holy shit. This film was something else. It really was. But I mean, it was bad. It's bad. Not good in storytelling at all, or its whole production. But like I said, on the entertainment scale, it just blew the fucking roof off, and I just unintentionally had a good time. I honestly felt like I was legitimately watching a vaudeville show and outstanding slapstick comedy being put into play. I felt like I went to a goddamn ticket booth and I was able to buy a front row seat to watch Punch and Judy live right there beating the fuck out of each other. But instead of it being Punch and Judy, it ends up being Pinocchio falling on his ass, looking at shit, being put into situations. At least with this Pinocchio, he ended up trying to have some sort of decency to end up doing the right thing. But instead of him agreeing with it, it just ends up happening to where he just falls into it without any fucking explanation. It just happens. From one thing for another. He's just trying to go to school. Fuck you. Leave me alone. I'm trying to be a good boy so I can goddamn get a real hard on with my pecker instead of my fucking nose. Trying to get a hard on by actually telling the truth, not by lies. But he ends up getting fucking lied and manipulated by fucking the goddamn fox and his retarded cat buddy. You had fucking Stromboli using him as a goddamn puppet, literally. And then you had fucking him going to Pleasure Island, then him getting swallowed by a whale and literally swimming in blue goop. The film was legitimately a carbon copy of the 1940, but with this was just a few ideas tossed into it to make it look a little different, and it was just fucking silly. A lot more numbers that didn't stay. It was fucking ridiculous. It was silly, but then again, I had a good time. So, if I have to give an honest, objective rating for the film, it is a 1 out of 5. But despite putting all the facts aside, this film is undoubtedly one of my guilty pleasures. This is a film to where if I want to have a fucking laugh and watch a modern day slapstick show on the big screen, this is a film that I would pop in the fucking Blu-ray player and just watch right there. So there you go, folks. That is my thoughts with the Robert Zemeckis 2022 version of Pinocchio. Let me know your thoughts down below, what you think. I'm sure a lot of people probably didn't have fun with it like I did, but you know what? We each our own. So that is my thoughts about it, and ciao for now.